Good morning, sunshines. Happy 14th of October. It's Tuesday. I didn't record anything at all yesterday, I don't think. The period fatigue hit me really, really hard. Had school. It was a fine day. I'm just tired. Just worn down, really. Not that I want to be ostracized to a tent or a building for being unclean, but it's maybe not the worst idea to just have a restive, socially accepted time to just chill. Just saying. I did not do my shawl knitting at all yesterday, so I'll have to catch up on that today. I did do a lot of knitting on the Hue logo sock, so that's almost finished. Maybe I can finish that today. We'll see what my energy is like after school. I don't know, I'm starting out with it pretty low. I definitely dreamt last night of calling into work. First I was running late in my dream, and then time reset by an hour, so then I wasn't running late, and then I was like, oh, I'm just gonna call in. I'm not doing this. So that's where my brain is at. That's not where I'm actually going. I'm just very tired. It's gonna be a long week. Did I say that this is conferences week? I don't remember if I mentioned that, but it is, which means that 2 nights this week are extra long. So hello, sunshines. It's almost bedtime on Tuesday, and I meant to check in with you at lunchtime, but then I didn't actually take my lunch, so I didn't check in, obviously. I didn't work on the shawl at all yesterday, so I put in the whole mini today. I guess it's time for flash. There we go. Put in the whole mini today. It's really lovely. It's kind of obvious where the mini starts because it's, again, one of the more tonal minis. That's fine, though. I think it looks fine. And yeah, I'm excited. I think I have 10 more days worth. I think I have 5 minis left. So 10 more days worth of knitting if I do one every 2 days, which is exciting. Although it is professional development on Friday, so I'm kind of torn between a few projects for Friday. We'll see what it is when I get there. Very exciting. I'm on the toe of the Hue logo socks, so that's really cool. I'm excited to be able to get this out to my aunt shortly. But that means that I need a new work knitting project because I obviously can't take the toe. So, I just pulled the needles out a little bit. That's okay. So I'm going to take the fungi pie socks tomorrow for pocket knitting. It's going to be such a long day because I have conferences. So hopefully a fair bit of work gets finished on this. But I'm not quite ready for bed. So I am going to do a little bit of work. I would really like, actually, this sock to be through the heel so I can take it to professional development, because my day is going to start off with an hour-long meeting. And I think the sock would be great for an hour-long meeting because it's too much of a pattern to work on during the school day. It's not good pocket knitting. It's too much. But it's not so much of a pattern that I have to reference a pattern while I'm in a meeting. So I think that would be a really great time to work on this sock. So between tonight and the next 2 nights, I want to get this through the flap and through the turn. I can pick up gusset stitches at the meeting. I mean, I can finish the knitting of the heel also, but I just don't really want to bring this ball of yarn with me if I don't have to. So yeah, that's going to be my evening. I mean, it's 30 minutes until I would like to be reading in bed. So a little bit on this, maybe a couple more rounds on the toe. And I will check in with you tomorrow. Good morning, sunshines. It's Thursday, the 16th of October, and it's about 3 a.m. I just woke up because I had a dream that someone was calling me, and my body was like, oh, wake up. So usually when that happens, it means that someone I know is going through something, and sometime in the next few hours I'll get a message or see a post on Facebook or something. So either someone was thinking about me directly, or someone is going through something rough right now or something. Yeah. If you somehow don't believe that like interconnected people are interconnected, that's really sad for you, I feel. Because that same sort of thing also means that when I'm going through something and I need some help, people like automatically know. They'll be like, oh, I was just thinking of you, or something like that. It's like that sort of thing. So anyway, I'm awake, which... Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Which is unfortunate because I had conferences yesterday and I have conferences today, which means it's a really long day. But I'm like not at all sleepy. Clearly I'm tired. I am very tired, but I am not at all sleepy. So I think I'm going to listen to an audiobook. I don't know if I've even mentioned that I've been listening to The Once and Future King. It's over 30 hours altogether. And listening to it on YouTube because it's free. And yeah, I don't have to worry about like downloading anything, and it's always there. So sorry, I had a sneasel attack. So I've been listening to the Once and Future King for probably a month or two now. So obviously I'm not like diligently listening to it. It's just kind of like when I don't want to listen to music because I don't like, that's the wrong kind of input. I want a story, but I don't want to watch a vlog or a podcast. And like, I don't want visual input, but I still want a story. Or maybe I'm moving around and can't look at things, whatever. Not an urgent listen, just like kind of a comfort listen. Because I really, really like the story of King Arthur. I tried to read The Once and Future King. Do you guys remember that? If you've been here for a while, I really tried. And I just couldn't do it. So I'm listening to it, and it's enjoyable. It's interesting. So I think I'm going to listen to that. I was thinking of listening to like a lo-fi song, but I don't think that's quite the right energy. I think I need a little more stimulation than that. I'm hoping that I take a little nap before I go to work, because otherwise it's going to be the most long day. But we'll see. Hello, sunshines. It's Thursday evening, yes. I believe I talked to you this morning. I think I woke up, this was the morning where I woke up at like 2:45 in the morning-ish, right? That was today. I think so. I'm very distracted. I have a patch of eczema right here, and I have a patch right here, and I feel like I look like a hideous, monstrous beast. So, anyway, please forgive my skin for... We're stressed over here. But I'm doing my best to not be stressed. So conferences happened. Excuse me. It was okay. It was fine. But I did do the mini that I didn't work on yesterday. I finished that this morning. So that's in there. Exciting. It's only 2.5 garter ridges. So the rows are obviously getting much longer. I'm going to turn you around actually. So in addition to working that mini, I finished the second Hue Loco sock. So yay! Goal completed. I'm excited. I think they turned out really pretty. I'm going to block them because they are a gift. I also worked on the Fun Guy pie socks, but they are like 7 feet away and that's too far for me to go to get them. I am through the gusset on those socks. So I don't know. I kind of think I shouldn't work on them until next week because I don't really have pocket knitting. Although I guess I could take the second croy sock out of my car and that could be pocket knitting. Or I could cast on a croy sock and make that pocket knit. I have options. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to finish that sock this weekend or not. But I finished 2 books that I haven't put in the blanket. So this is the square for Grown Women Talk. And this is going to be the square for Into the Forest. So I just, obviously 2 rounds of gray on this. I'm going to make Into the Forest 4 rounds because I really, really liked it. Even though it does not have universal appeal because very many trigger warnings. So, but I'm getting tired now because 2 a.m. was a long time ago. I mean, I did take like a 20-minute nap, but... Oh, did I tell you or show you? I don't think so. That I did finish putting in the heel for the Advent sock. That's at school. I'm going to work on it tomorrow. It's professional development, so there's no children. I do have, I think, an hour and a half's worth of meetings, so I'm going to work on the Advent sock during the meetings because I feel like it's enough. Did I already say this? I don't know. Forgive me if I'm repeating myself. I feel like it's like too much pattern for pocket knitting, but like just the perfect amount of pattern knitting for meeting knitting. Hi, sunshines. Oh, it's such a nice day. I'm walking to work. I'm actually so excited about it. I've been waiting for it to be cool enough for me to walk to work, like to and from work, for months. It's Friday evening, and sometimes I really do be doing the very most. Do I need 1, 2, 3 sock whips and a shawl to go hang out at my boyfriend's house? Maybe I do. maybe I do. I probably do. Because this sock is almost finished. I have like 10 rounds and then the toe. And this sock is too thinky to read in it at the same time. And what if I don't want to work on this sock, but I want to work on a sock? So I have this sock, and then the shawl is great reading knitting. But why do I need 3 socks and a shawl for one evening? It's ridiculous. Good morning, sunshines. Happy Saturday. Hi. It's I don't even know the date, 17th, 18th, somewhere around there. You beautiful girl. I am hanging out with Lux for a couple hours this morning. Yes, I am. She's a beautiful girl. And then I am going to go home and do laundry and then take my kid to work. And then come back and hang out with you. What you think? She's a beautiful girl. She's very perfect. Oh, thank you. So a little invasive. Okay, crafty things. Last night I finished the second Fun Guy Pie sock. Oh, sorry, that was my ring and it was loud. So I am going to take it home and wash and block it today. So that's exciting. This morning I finished today's mini. So yay that. Yesterday I did not take this sock to my meeting, but I did take it on a little walk and did, I don't know, maybe 10 rounds-ish while I was walking. So that's exciting. I think I'm going to focus on this sock today. I think that's where I want to put my energy. I do have to figure out my next work knitting project. And I have thoughts on that, so we'll see. But what I want to do right now is I have these squares that I showed you. I want to finish this square, and I also want to start the border on the squares so that when I get home I can, or not the border, but like the final round on the squares. So this needs a 4th and half of a 5th round. And then for this I could do the 3rd, 4th, and 3/4 of the 5th round. So I want to do that while I'm hanging out with Lux. Hey, sunshines. I'm in a parking lot because my littlest wanted Tim Hortons. So I don't like going through drive-thrus, so I made her go in to get Tim Hortons. And I'm going to work on my second gray and green sock. I don't remember what the pattern is called. It's by Alendria Knits. It's one of the pairs of socks that I wanted to finish this month, which I'm actually doing so good because one of the second socks is done. The pair that I wanted to start and finish is done, and I'm going to block it today. And the other second sock is past the heel. So this is the third second sock that I want to do. So I brought it along for car knitting, or not car, for parking lot knitting. So I also really want to finish this weekend. I want to finish, what is it? Deadly Saviors or something? It's the second book to Godly Heathens. Merciless Saviors. That's what it is. I want to finish that this weekend. I only have 100 pages to go. I think that's likely. I have 5-ish hours until I have to take my kiddo to work. Although I'm wondering if work is going to be canceled because we're supposed to get storms tonight. And they work outside. So I don't know. But anyways, 5 hours until that happens. So we'll see. We'll see what I get done today. Hello, sunshines. Today is Sunday the 19th-ish of October 20th. I don't know. And it is the most beautiful autumn day. It is not raining right now, but it rained all overnight, and it probably rained this morning because the sidewalks are still wet. And I slept so late this morning. I slept until like 9 a.m. I usually wake up at 5. And then I had breakfast with my boyfriend, and then we took a nap until, like, we watched half of Underworld. Then we were like, oh man, we're tired. So we took a nap until 1 p.m. So now I'm awake and I'm at the library, and I'm going to hang out for, I don't know, half an hour-ish, somewhere in there, because I am really, really close to finishing. Oh, it's in my purse. Merciless Saviors. So really close to finishing that, about 30 pages, which, you know, depending on how distracted I am, it could take me an hour to read those 30 pages. Sorry, I keep moving my camera around. And then, this is kind of crazy, but I kind of want to finish my reading blanket this year. That is a very lofty goal, but it's not that crazy. I would need to finish 15 books between now and the end of the year, which is crazy. I know, but I'm about to finish Merciless Saviors, so that's 1. I only have an hour of listening left to The Once and Future King, so 2. And then I feel like if I actually just read the book about, the nonfiction book about water, like, I'm definitely finishing that this week. Uh-oh, that looks dangerous. There is a car in the parking lot that is definitely giving off a lot of, looks like could be smoke, could just be water vapor. I don't know. I'm nervous for them. So yeah, I could finish those. I could finish those 3, and then it's only 12. So I think I'm going to pick up Hip Hop is History today because I've already started that. I'm already like 100 pages in. I can get a couple of the Murderbot Diaries books because those are short. They're just novellas. So that would easily be 3 more books that I could finish by the end of the year. And I still have 2 months, right? So I'm going to see what I have on my library TBR and maybe pick up another one of those books. Again, this is like, this is a really extreme goal, but also it's not that extreme. And I might stop by and see what they have in their audiobook selection, because I have really, really been enjoying listening to The Once and Future King, especially because my kid is still working at the zombie hayride for a couple more weekends. Well, I guess it's today and then next weekend, and then the following week it's just on Halloween. So that's still like 5 hours of drive time though, just for my kiddo. Plus all of my school driving and driving to see my boyfriend and stuff. So I could listen to an audiobook or 2 or 3 by the end of the year. Wouldn't it be cool to finish out my reading blanket this year? Or at least the reading for the reading blanket, not necessarily finish the borders and stuff, because I'm not quite sure what I want that to look like, even though I've started like crocheting just a double crochet around the blanket. I have to see how much yarn I have and, you know, figure out that border situation, but I kind of want to try 15 books between now and the end of the year. I think there's like 10 weeks left of the year. So it would be a lot, but not totally undoable. I don't know. Wish me luck. I'm going to try. Hey, sunshines. So, kind of exciting news. It's still Sunday. Because of weather, my kid doesn't have to go to work tonight, and we're both kind of like, yes, because I don't want to drive. I'm low energy. She's low energy because of the weather. Like, she apparently didn't wake up until after 1 p.m. today. And, you know, working on a school night is just tough. So I won't be able to listen to the audiobook that I started on the way home from the library. I started When the Moon Was Hatched, I think is what it's called, which I'm excited about. I feel like people either loved it or they hated it. It clearly wasn't a strategic book pick on my part because it's just over 20 hours of listening, but that's okay. I ended up getting 9 books from the library, and I put 2 books on hold. The next 2, Murderbot Diaries, I put those on hold. So yeah, that will take me up to 11, which is cool. I did finish Merciless Saviors, the last page of the book. Did I get a little misty-eyed, a little teary-eyed, and love exactly what was happening? I absolutely did. Very cool story. I really, really liked it. Did I say 2 audiobooks or 3 audiobooks? I got 2 on CD, 1 on a playaway, which will be cool for when I'm around my house and want to listen to something, or even at school listening to something. It does a playaway. My nose is so itchy. A playaway does require a pair of headphones, like a wired pair of headphones. I'm pretty sure I still have at least 1 pair of wired headphones, so I have to find that. And then I got 6 physical books to read. Hip Hop His History, which I've already started, so that'll be my next nonfiction book. And then a bunch of books from the teen room, because that's just my happy place, including Dear Manny, which is on my, it wasn't on my library holds list, but it has been on my like mental TBR, and so has When the Moon Was Hatched. So I did get 2 books off of my mental TBR, and not just a bunch of random books, just some random books. So I'm excited to not have to drive my kid. I forgot I have to dye my other kid's hair today, so that's fine. But I told her not for 2 hours when I would normally leave to drive my oldest kiddo. I'm gonna rest and do some knitting. I was like, my brain was like, oh, I should try to put in more work on like the stack of projects, all of those. I should put in more work on that. But then I was like, or since I have a magic time that I wasn't expecting to have, I could work on my nor'easterly, which is what I'm going to do because I've been finishing a lot of stuff. And I've made really good progress on my second socks. I'll show you those in a moment. And I keep being like, no, I can't work on my nor'easterly until I do more stuff. No, I can't. Why not? Why not? Why do I make these arbitrary rules where I don't get to do the things that I want to do? Because what I really, really want to do is work on my nor'easterly. So I'm going to do that. I'm so excited to work on my nor'easterly. All right. So this is where I got on the second Alundria knit sock. What is this called? Let me look it up. I have it open on my computer right here. It is called the lacing stripes pattern. So I have the first mini worked in out of 6. So it's 3 minis on the leg, 3 minis on the foot. So yeah, I'm pretty proud of that because I know the sock is not going to take me that long to knit. The first sock did not take me that long to knit. Why has it been sitting for like 2 months or whatever? I don't know, just because other things were more exciting, but I am really excited to finish that sock. And then, well, I mean, other things were just higher priority, right? Because this sock was for me. I was making things for other people. So I'm excited for that. And I've put in a bunch of work on the Advent sock. I only have 28 rounds to go, and then the toe. So this will be finished this week for sure. I would like both of these to be finished this week. Like, not this vlog this week, like by next week, Sunday, within the next 7 days, I would like both of these socks to be finished. I feel like that's not a crazy task. I do, though, need to cast on a work knitting project. And I know what I want to cast on. I just have to do it. So I'll show you that in a little bit. And then I also worked on the shawl at the library. I did... Can you see? I did almost 4 rows in stockinette on the shawl at the library. So I'm going to finish out, I think I'm just going to finish out this mini and attach the next one and then put it down so that I'm at the end of a row instead of putting it down in the middle. This is where I was when I finished my book. Yeah, that's my plan for this. And then I'd really like to get this done in the next 7 days also, which seems doable because I only have 4 minis left. This one's going to be stockinette, but then these 2 are going to be garter, and then this is going to be for the bind off. Like I might knit 1 row in this depending on where, like if I'm on the wrong side or right side, but then I'm not planning on knitting with it, just finishing off a row and then doing the bind off. So I feel like that's reasonable. I feel like it's reasonable to want this done by next week, Sunday, because I'm sending it to my aunt, and I made a post on Facebook earlier this week because 3 people in 2 days told me how they were excited that it was cool weather season so that they could wear their hand knit socks. So It was cool. My best friend sent me a photo of her wearing my socks, saying that it was cool enough to wear them. The guy who did the tattoo on my ankle where we bartered for the socks, he posted on Facebook about it being cool enough to wear the socks. And then one of my coworkers mentioned that he was excited to pull out the socks. So that's really exciting because not everybody wears my hand knit socks all year like I do. Not everybody has shorties like I do to wear all year. So yeah, it felt really cool. But anyway, my aunt mentioned again that she would like a pair of socks. So I just want to send out the package sooner rather than later. But I got to finish the shawl to be able to do that. So I think it's doable. It might even be doable to do one mini a day. I'm not going to put that on myself though. If I can do it, awesome. And if I can't, also fine. But anyway, I'm going to go work on some things. I'm so excited that I don't have to drive my kid this evening. I'm so excited. Hey friends, it's evening time and I should probably edit this and then go to bed. I did almost this whole section on the blanket. Almost, because I had the first yellow section started. Can you see that? It's sparkly yarn. It's very, very beautiful. And I started this ball of yarn. And this is the last of my Kalisha yarn that I pulled out from the cowl that I made when we did an advent a while ago. And I kind of want this month, so in the next 11 days, I think that's how many days I have left of the month, I kind of want to use all of this yarn in the blanket. Well, no, I want to put in all of these yarns to my nor'easterly. So I don't want to use up these. For these, I want to put just 2 ridges each in my nor'easterly and then put the rest of the bobbins, whatever's left after 2 ridges, into my sister's cowl. And then put in 10 rounds on my sister's cowl in this yarn and then put it into her jelly roll blanket. I have this left over from, these are the In the Name of the Moon minis. This is what I have left of those. So I want to put these into the blanket. I'd probably do these before I do the purples, I think. Maybe. I don't know. I have this little rainbowy bit. I have this purple stripey bit. It's like a more solid purpley stripe and then a less solid purpley pinky speckly stripe. And then put in some of this, not all of this, to the blanket and then put it in my sister's cowl. And I would kind of like to do all of that this month, but that seems like not doable. So like that's the part of my brain where I'm like, oh, I have all the time to knit in the world. No, I do not. But stretch goal? I don't know. But like actual probably doable goal would be to do all of that by the end of the year, plus put in the minis from the socks I'm making right now, which will not be all 6 colors because this is all that I have left of this mini. That's it. It's woven in, but it's not enough to put in a blanket. I just wanted to leave it attached so you could see that I used this one all up. And since this was the one that I used on the largest part of the gusset on the first sock, when I do the gusset on this sock, I will probably also have about that much left of whatever mini I use for that part of the sock. So I won't have 6 minis to put into the blanket, probably. Maybe, though. Those are the other colors. Aren't they pretty? So I guess I'm going to put this in here just for safekeeping for now until I'm ready to put it in my nor'easterly. Yeah, but look, I finished the second color. Yay, exciting. This should be doable. I should be able to finish this by next Sunday. I'm closer now to having this sock finished. I only have 12 rounds to go before the toe. I have not cast on my work project for tomorrow. I'm sorry. My older teenager is being so loud right now. I hope that's not terribly bothersome to you. I'm sorry. I don't know what my phone is going to pick up or not. But yeah, so this should be done in the next, hopefully, 2 days. I need to cast on for tomorrow. I might cast on my work sock tomorrow morning. That seems likely. I don't really want to do anything else tonight. I did dye my littlest daughter's hair. So have some hair dye on me. And I did start making the square for Merciless Saviors. I just have to finish off this side and then put 2 rounds of gray on it. I finished listening to the Once and Future King. I wrote down my journal entry for that, so I just have to make the square for that. So productive evening for sure. And look at this beautiful card that one of my friends sent me. Isn't it beautiful? It's so cute. I love it. Anyway, I guess it's time to edit and go get ready for bed eventually. And I will see you in a few days, for real this time, because it's not conference this week, so I will not be as exhausted this week.